What's up, spectators? Welcome back to an episode of Dream Daddy. Last time you went and had a date with Damien, so now we're gonna go with Hugo, which I'm not looking forward to just because the voice audio quality is so bad for Hugo for some reason. It's gonna throw me off entirely. And then next is Joseph, and then we gotta do everyone all over again, and then one more time. Middle school teacher, high school teacher, writer of scholarly articles on 18th century literature for various esteemed publications. If you're on here to tell me that my son put a cherry bomb in your trash, I know, and I'm sorry. Brew some strong tea and paint my miniatures. Miniatures for what? What, Warhammer? What is it? I don't know. A Remembrance of Things Past by Marcel Proust? What are your turn-ons? Muscles. How do you forget your glasses at home? Do you not need to see? Do you not need to see? I find it odd that if you have bad enough vision to where you need them to read, why would you not just wear them? And I know lots of people that don't. They only wear them when they have to read, which seems... Oh, they're not reading... Okay, I'm rambling. I can easily go on for another 5 minutes trying to clarify what I'm saying. And I'll just sound like an idiot. I navigate to Hugo's dad book page and type out a message. Hey, Hugo. Great seeing you at the barbecue. Want to hang out sometime? I wait for a few minutes before the computer dings. I'm so glad you messaged me, and I definitely want to hang out sometime, but I have a favor to ask. Our class is going on a field trip to the aquarium today, and one of our chaperones called in sick. Is there any possible way you can come by and replace them? Really? You're gonna make me work? I think about it for a moment. Man, that's a lot of screaming kids that I'd be accountable for. And they're in middle school. Arguably the worst age to be. Yeah, I agree with that. Amanda silently trudges into the kitchen and pours herself a bowl of cereal. Morning, Amanda. Morning, Pops. How's middle school for you? Bad, but nobody likes middle school. It's 3 years of bad acne, crying, and being generally terrible.
Ugh.
Everyone sucks. No self-awareness. It's just a bunch of hormonal teenagers locked in a gross old building for 40+ hours a week. Doing long division and starting fights over, I don't know, pizza day? Top 40s pop? Middle schoolers should be avoided at all costs. What was your middle school experience like? I had my first crush in middle school, and I'm still bitter about it. Alexis Stuggs. Beautiful name, Stuggs. You hurt me, and I'll never forget. What'd she do? I stare off into middle distance, remembering the 24 hours that we dated and the 3 times we held hands between class periods. Then I remember the bitter betrayal, her leaving me for Arnold Birmingham. Him making me eat dirt in front of her. I thought his name might be Birmingham him, which would have been very strange. I don't want to talk about it. See? Middle schoolers are reprehensible. Why are you asking me about middle school? Oh, Mr. Vega requested my help to chaperone his middle school class to the aquarium. Just wanted to know what I was in for. You get to go to the aquarium? Are you kidding? The last field trip I got to go on was to the clam chowder factory. They didn't even give us clam chowder. They gave us square pizza at a clam chowder factory. I've never seen a clam chowder pizza, but I bet that'd be fantastic, because clam chowder is fantastic. But I haven't had any since I left New England. Is that why you won't eat clam chowder anymore? No, it's because Bobby Birmingham, threw up into one of the vats of clam chowder, and I'm the only one who saw it happen. It haunts me. Right, let's leave that story firmly in the past. Anyway, you should just do it. Mr. Vega sounds like he can really use the help. Plus, you get to hang out with cool fish. I get kind of weird about aquariums. The ocean makes me nervous. What, are you worried that a whale is gonna pop out of the touch tank and swallow you whole? There is a term for it. I forget what the phobia is, but it's like a fear of oceans and deep spaces or something. Totally understandable. Ocean's scary, man. It is deep. And what's down there? It's dark, and it's freezing, and the pressure will crush you, and there's anglerfish, and other scary things down there. Spoopy. Don't you put fear in my heart. I don't know why you'd be afraid of aquariums, though. Do they have penguins there? Yes. Then it's settled. Penguins outweigh fear of ocean. I sit back down at the computer and let Hugo know that I'm available. He tells me to meet him at the aquarium and gives me the address. I grab my keys, kiss Amanda on the forehead before I head out. I arrive at the aquarium to find that the school buses have beaten me there. Pre-teens huddle around their teachers in small groups, yelling at each other and goofing off. Every teacher looks like they're at their wits' end. Hugo jogs up to me, looking frazzled. I'm so glad you're here. Hugo. It's been a debacle all morning. We're shorthanded and most of the kids won't stop screaming, as I'm sure you know is the case with all middle schoolers. I lived through Amanda at 12. I'm all too familiar.
Oh.
Great. Well, it's you and me chaperoning a group of 10 kids. They're over here. Hugo walks me over to a gaggle of preteens who are all sitting on the ground, playing with their phones. They're not kicking each other like some of the other groups, struggling with my words today. So we're off to a good start. Did I even I don't know if I don't think they had cell phones. Did we have cell phones in middle school? Maybe we had flip phones. Maybe that's what it was. We transitioned from pagers to flip phones. Can you guys put your phones away? All the kids look up for a moment to stare at Hugo. They then go back to texting. At least they're quiet. Too quiet. These guys are up to something. I can feel it. There's no way. They're too busy thinking about not getting food stuck in their braces to pull any stunts. It's middle school after all. We'll see. The classes start filing into the aquarium and Hugo hands out massive stapled packets of paper to each kid. These are due at the end of the field trip. Yes, this will be for a grade. No, you can't borrow a pencil. Ah, those are the times. One person answers all the questions, then you just copy it down. The kids collectively groan and grab the sheets from Hugo. What's in the packet? Honestly, it's just busy work so the teachers can have moments reprieve. I think one of the questions asked them to sit quietly for 10 minutes to think about the Great Barrier Reef. I remember doing a presentation in that in 4th grade, and now, apparently, it's dying real fast. Because of man doing something. Men doing those things that they do. Pollution and all that. Teacher hacks, I like it. Wait, I thought you were an English teacher. What does the aquarium have to do with books?
Oh.
We just did a unit on the old man in the sea. Nothing quite like introducing kids to the futile perseverance of the human spirit by making them pet stingrays.
Oh.
It gives us time to check out some of the exhibits as well. Come on, they have a phenomenal selection of tropical fish. While the kids sit on the floor and pretend to do their assignments while they text, Hugo and I wander over to a large tank filled with brightly colored fish. Hugo points to a brown and white fish with long spines.
Oh.
That right there is a lionfish. Did you know that their stomachs can expand up to 30 times in size?
Hey.
Their spines are venomous, too. Nature is hardcore. Nature's lit, man.
Yes.
You think that's bad? Take a look at this one over here. Hugo points to a spiny, grumpy-looking fish hanging out near the bottom of the tank.
Ah.
That's a stonefish, the most venomous fish in the world. And they just, keep it here? Oh, they're relatively harmless as long as you don't step on them. What happens if you step on them? Tissue necrosis. Ew, that's gross. Really, any kind of flesh necrotitis is gross. Cool.
Ah.
Nature is wild. Hugo seems to know a lot about fish. I feel the overwhelming need to impress him. See that fish over there? That one? That's the... Yeah? Did you know? This fish openly supports the legalization of marijuana. I didn't know it was so progressive. Times are changing, man. Are you serious? We're talking fish here. There's no time for jokes. That's a clownfish. Right. We lead the kids to another room. Sharks, sea turtles, eels, and other marine life swim around in a massive floor-to-ceiling aquarium. The kids begin trying to take selfies with the sharks. Hugo leaves my side to separate two kids who started fighting over a Capri Sun. I walk around the room reading the tiny little blurbs about different fish swimming inside of the enclosure. After a while, I look around and see Hugo again. He's gazing up at the aquarium in childlike wonder. The ripples in the water cast blue, moving shadows across his face. For someone surrounded by angry hormonal preteens, he looks completely peaceful. He looks cute in this light. I hope he doesn't notice me staring. I walk over to join him. Beautiful, isn't it? A great many mysteries lie in the ocean. It truly is fascinating to be able to observe it in a setting such as this. That's a very astute point. We stand together for a moment, admiring the wonders of marine life. We eventually make our way to the touch tank, which seems to be the only thing the kids are actually interested in. The tank is filled with a variety of horseshoe crabs, sea urchins, stingrays, and small fish. That just reminds me of Finding Dory. I stand around the edges of the tank and keep a wary distance from the sea life. Who knows what kinds of nefarious plans those horseshoe crabs have for my well-moisturized hands. Hugo rolls up his sleeve and sticks his hand in the water. Don't you want to pet some rays? I think I'm good. I should just stay over here and admire them from a respectable distance. Come on, it'll be fun and informative. Don't make fun of me, but I'm scared to touch them. I get weird when there's no glass separating us. I don't know what any of these things are, but I get the feeling they will probably bite me in my delicious hands if I give them a chance. Nothing in this tank can hurt you. The stingrays have had their barbs removed, the horseshoe crabs only eat little clams, and the anemones are perfectly safe to touch. Against my better judgment, I approach the tank, slowly dipping my hand into the cold water. I touch a stingray as it glides past. See? Not so bad. It feels like fun, slimy leather. Things get a lot less scary when you learn more about them, right? I dive my hand back into the touch tank with a renewed vigor for ocean life. I poke at some urchins and feel the hard carapace of horseshoe crab. My hand brushes against Hugo's as we reach for the same anemone. I pull away, blushing. Hugo smiles. Oh, you like that, huh? You're supposed to be touching the fish. Pervert! I get a little carried away. That girl over there looks suspicious. Why?
Oh.
Are backpacks usually that wet? Hold on. Susan, get back here! Hugo runs after a middle schooler and catches her before she can make it to the exit. Wanna tell me what's in the bag? Textbooks? Wanna tell me what's really in the bag? A bomb? I walk over to Hugo and the girl. I think he might need a bad cop. Look, kid. Oh, Jesus. That's an easy 5 to 10 in the clink. I had a bud go down for that once. He came out a changed man. Said he missed the bars. You're not a teacher. You can't tell me what to do.
Ah.
Yes, well, I am. Can you please put the bag down? Next time, we won't say please. Susan glares at Hugo for a moment before dropping her book bag on the floor. It lands with a wet slap. We stare at it for a moment before it starts to move.
Huh?
Hugo leans down and unzips the backpack. A horseshoe crab frantically scuttles out and across the floor. An employee swoops in, scoops it up, and places it back into the tank. She gives us a disapproving look. Jesus, Susan! What was your plan? I was trying to free him. To where? Outside? Where he was gonna die?
I don't know.
Susan, go back to your group. We'll discuss this later. Yeah, hands where we can see them. Susan sulks off, leaving me alone with Hugo. He gives me a pat on the shoulder. Middle schoolers have sticky hands. I doubt that's the first time that's happened here. Or the last. In the next room, we see a variety of smaller tanks, sea urchins, tiny fish, and a rainbow of beautiful underwater plant life surround us.
Ah.
Look over here! Hugo points, so some seahorses gathered at the... Oh, it's two. Hugo points to some seahorses gathered at the bottom of a tank. One of them is in the middle of giving birth.
Hmm.
That's actually the male seahorse. Sort of takes fatherhood to a new level, doesn't it? Hey kids, come check this out. There's a male seahorse giving birth. Click, click. A low murmur from the students. They just jump back on their phones.
Oh.
Fun fact, male seahorses can even give birth and then get pregnant in the same day. We thought we had it hard.
Hmm.
I wonder if they have to deal with their kids' awkward teenage years too. All, however, many thousand of them. You seem to know a lot about marine life, Hugo.
Oh.
It's not really my specialty, but I do make a point to learn as much as possible whenever I can. I think that learning shouldn't end when you leave school. We should challenge ourselves to find out more about the things we don't understand every day of our lives. Because if you stop learning, I don't think you'll ever be able to grow or change as a person. Good point. But I still don't trust the ocean. We'll get there. We finally make our way over to my favorite part of the tour, the Arctic exhibit. Do we get to see the penguins?
Hmm.
Yes, we get to see the penguins. Hell yes! Our group of kids run around the exhibits. They won't stop tapping on the glass of the puffin enclosure, trying to get their attention. For at least a few moments, teachers, chaperones, and students alike seem to be having a great time. What was I so worried about? This isn't too bad.
Whoa.
Hugo suddenly grabs my arm. Oh my god, there's a student in the penguin enclosure. Is it one of ours? Ours? Oh yeah, I guess. It most certainly is. Molly Henderson, Susan's friend. I look over to the penguins and see a determined-looking kid crouching behind a rock. She's hiding just out of sight of one of the employees. Over on the side of the enclosure, I see the door to the exhibit ajar. Was it unlocked this whole time? We gotta stop her before the staff sees and bans our school for life. Hugo looks around. I'll create a distraction. Hugo runs toward the puffin exhibit and addresses the entire room. Everybody, I have an announcement. The whole room turns toward Hugo.
Oh.
Here's a few facts I bet you didn't know about penguins. Everybody just stares, confused. Well, this is my shot. I run into the enclosure and am greeted by a cold blast of air. Hey! The girl whips around to look at me. Her nose is pink from the cold. You can't be in here, stupid! Neither can you! Damn, that's a good point. I better get out of here. I try to walk over to the girl, but the ground is so icy that I just end up slipping. I catch myself before I hit the ground, but the girl still laughs. Contrary to popular belief, penguins are birds. Birds are traditionally known to fly, but penguins cannot. So I can understand some confusion when we're discussing the birdness of penguins. The crowd is still somehow enraptured. What are you even doing? I'm letting the penguins go. They deserve freedom. Where are they going to go? They're gonna live in my closet. Look, idiot. I just don't even have the time to argue about this. We gotta get out of here. Not until I save a penguin. Little known fact is that penguins only live in cold climates. With some exceptions, so they don't all live in cold climates if you're splitting hairs here. Did I mention that they don't fly? The crowd is starting to lose interest. I'm running out of time. I will give you $20 right now if you leave. Molly thinks for a second. Okay, well, give it to me right now. I reach into my pocket and pull out everything I have, examining each bill. Well, I have 12 and some change. Also, there's a button. Is that enough? Pay me the other 8 later and we have a deal. We move to shake on our arrangement before I suddenly realize there's a wave of penguins on their way out of the enclosure. We're gonna have to block these birds. Alright, what kind of minigame is this gonna be?
That bird.
Oh, that's interesting. Huh. Get out of here. Hey, whoa! Do I have infinite bullets? Because I can just do this then. What do you mean penguin escaped? No, it didn't. Liar. Shoot, shoot, shoot. See, why? I can just do this.
Drive that team.
Sorry, purple penguins. With really, really long beaks. That's nonsense. You all saw it. Glad that's over, just in time. Looks like Hugo's wrapping up his diversionary penguin speech.
Hey.
And that's why I think penguins are one of the best animals in the world. A few people in the audience clap out of a sense of duty. Everybody starts dispersing. Hugo spots us from across the way and runs over. Molly, what were you doing in there? I was liberating animals, Mr. Vega. You realize the penguins can only survive in Arctic temperatures, right? You would have had a dead penguin on your hands. Well, it was the thought that counts. No, it wasn't. She turns to me. You owe me $8.
What?
I'll pay you later, kid. Molly runs off towards Susan. You gotta provide some context, because that's super suspicious. I suppose so that they can compare animal thief notes. You're not off the hook, Molly. Did you just bribe a child? You're damn right. Listen, man, we've all done dark things in our lives. I'm not the young, bright-eyed youth I used to be. That person believed in a world where you wouldn't have to bribe children to save a penguin. The me today knows different. I only wish I could go back. Let's just get through the day and get out of here. With the day finally coming to a close, the whole field trip is ushered through the gift shop and we make our way back to the school buses. As we leave the aquarium and the kids load onto the buses, Hugo pulls me aside. Thanks for helping out today. You're a lifesaver. No problem. It was actually kind of fun.
Oh.
I feel like he says that after every meeting. It was actually kind of fun. It's kind of patronizing. Like, wow, I'm surprised I actually had a good time. Let me take you out next time to make it up to you. You like cheese boards? What is a cheese board? What the hell is a cheese board? Is that a cheese platter? A sampler? Great, well, I gotta go make sure the kids don't steal anything else. See you around. I walk inside to find the house empty. I wonder where the panda's at. Before I know it, Amanda pops in through the front door. What you up to tonight? Just doing some homework. How was the aquarium? It was an adventure. Some kid tried to steal a penguin.
Aww.
We've all been there. I had to run in and grab her before any of the employees saw. You got to go in the penguin enclosure. Did you steal a penguin? None were stolen thanks to the valiant efforts of myself and Mr. Vega. It was nice getting to spend some time with Hugo, though. I'm surprised he helped complete a covert op. He's usually kind of a stick in the mud. He's pretty cool. I had a good time with him. Alright, too much adventure for me today. I'm gonna go rest my eyes. You mean take a nap? There's a difference. You'll learn when you become a father. Just gonna make sure the back of my eyelids are looking good. What the hell's what's the difference between the two?
Welcome. You've got Dad.
It's only been 23 minutes, so I'm definitely gonna put in another one. So let's go meet with Joseph. Voted Maple Bay's #1 youth minister for 5 years running, living in my hometown with my beautiful wife and our 4 amazing kids. If I'm not in church, you can catch me out on the open water, setting sail on the seas of adventure. I love playing guitar and crushing my kids at Candyland. Do 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 do. His family's a little weird, but Joseph seems cool. I should take him up on his offer to hang out. How do I hang out with the priest? I don't go to church. Should I be Jesus-y? I imagine Joseph's family staring at me as I fumble through some sort of prayer attempt. Maybe not too Jesus-y. A light smattering of Jesus. Will he want me to pray? Is he going to pray at me? Do I have to pray at him? Talking to Joseph, huh? How many times have I told you not to sneak up on me like that? I selectively ignore it every time you do, Pops. Amanda looks over my shoulder at the screen. Joseph can't read your mind, you know. If you want to talk, just message him. But I've never been friends with a priest before. What do I talk about? My favorite Bible passages, ice cream socials, khakis. First of all, he's youth minister. He's a youth minister with a tattoo, not a priest. There's a difference?
Dad.
You're overthinking it. Just put it like this.
Ugh.
Hello, neighbor. Thanks again for the invite to the BBQ. I'd love to hang out soon if you're not too busy. Isn't that a little too business casual?
Huh.
Fine, give me the keyboard. I got this.
Eh?
Amanda focuses on the keys. Hi, Joseph. It was great meeting you and your family. I'm still new around here, so if you'd like, I'd love to hang out and get to know you. See ya. The smiley is a nice touch. Almost immediately, I receive a response. What'd he say? If you're not doing anything in a bit, the kids and I are baking treats for the church bake sale today, and we'd love to have you over. It'll be a blast, so let me know. He uses a lot of exclamation points. I'm more concerned about him signing his name with a tilde. Why? I'm willing to let it slide this time. I respond back. Sounds like fun. Well, guess I'm doing this. Save a brownie for me? Promise you won't sneak up on me anymore. She stares at me, unblinking. I don't make promises I can't keep. Real to a fault, Pops.
Dad.
And Dad, please don't be weird about the religion thing. Me? Weird? Never. I make the short walk over to Joseph's place. Don't be weird. What the heck? It's like a million bedrooms, man. But what if they hang up a bunch of crosses or collect those little porcelain babies? What if they're all praying? Do they pray before dinner? During dinner? Over the porcelain babies? The door begins to creak open, a shadowy figure obscured on the other side. Who's there? Karate? The door opens the rest of the way. It's Joseph's eldest. What's his name? Hey. It's Chris. Chris, right. It's, Karate. I know what your name is. We met at the barbecue. How's the... Please don't say it. Jesus? How is the Jesus? He blinks slowly. Maybe he didn't hear. Ask him again. You're weird. Is your dad? Before I finish, he walks into an adjacent room, leaving me in front of the open doorway. Home? This was a great first impression. For a moment, I wonder if I should just go in, further subjecting Joseph's family to my winning attitude and artful charisma. Mercifully, Joseph, he peeks his head around the corner. You made it! He approaches me with his arms wide. I'm so glad you can come by. Are you ready to bake? I am not. Wake and bake! I'm as ready as I'll ever be. That's the kind of semi-confidence I like to see in a baking assistant. Come on in.
Dad.
Joseph leads me into a bright, spacious home full of nautical knickknacks. This isn't what I imagined at all. It's pretty charming. I believe you've met Chris, who left you outside. This is like a Cape Cod house. Chris.
Huh?
Chris. Are you going to apologize? Right, sorry. I try to make eye contact with Chris, but he keeps looking away. He must be really shy. It's all right. Next time, just be a little more inviting to our guests, okay? Sure. Chris seems to relish the chance to escape the conversation and quickly vanishes into his room. Joe turns to me apologetically.
Yeah.
Don't take it personally. Chris likes to keep to himself. I mean, we didn't start off on the best foot in the world. Plus, being the eldest in a big family can't be easy. We try to cut him a little slack where we can. And here are the twins, Christian, Christy, say hello. Hello.
Oh.
Kids, come on, dial it back on the creepy twin shtick. Maybe it's better if I don't shift the power dynamic of the creepy nightmare twins. Are you guys going to help us bake? We don't want to bake. Well, okay. What do you want to do? We have to perform surgery.
Yeah.
We've been over this. Please stop cutting open your toys.
Hey.
Christian and Christy run out of the room giggling. After a second of relative silence, Joseph turns to me, grinning sheepishly. You ever have more than one kid? No. You should try it. Not just gonna do that because you recommended it. We both start to laugh, but are interrupted by a loud crash from the kitchen. What now?
Oh.
That doesn't sound good. Christy? No one responds. Joseph furrows his brow and motions for me to stay where I am. Wait here a minute. He rushes into the kitchen. I remember this with Amanda. Huh? What do you mean? Half of fatherhood's trying to keep your kids from finding creative ways to kill themselves, and he's got 4. Talk about worry. I take a seat on his surprisingly pristine couch and twiddle my thumbs. Well, you have this many kids and things are bound to end up on the floor, no matter how hard you try to keep it clean. I spot a terrifying cloth doll that appears to have had both arms pulled off several times. It's been stitched back together a lot. The tag says C+C, of course. I set that down and spot a houseplant. Hey, little guy. Keep being you, tiny houseplant. I spot one last thing on the floor next to the houseplant. It's a silver necklace. This looks expensive for something casually tossed on the floor. If there's a story here, it's none of my business. It's been a while. Guess I should go into the kitchen and see what's up.
Yeah.
I walk in to find Joseph holding Christy in one arm. She seems a lot calmer than she was a minute ago. I raise an eyebrow.
Oh.
The twins are a lot more manageable when they're separated. Where's Christian?
Right.
He ran off. What is he saying when he says that? It's like, bab. Bab. Christy dips a spoon into the brownie batter and gives it a taste. It's too sweet. You're too sweet. No, I'm not.
Oh.
You're so sweet, we might have to water you down with spiders. Okay, that's a weird thing to say. He begins tickling Christy with his free hand. Between the laughing and squirming, I don't know how he's got a hold of her. But that girl is locked in place. The man is a professional child wrangler. Christy fixes me with her best puppy dog eyes.
Hey.
Save me from the spiders! I grab a wooden spoon and point it in Joseph's direction. Unhand her, foul beast! Okay, Karate the Valiant, let's see what you've got. You may have defeated me at the Tarantula Bridge, but now I have the upper hand. He gently puts Christy down behind him.
Oh.
Have you come to squash me, knight, or have you merely fallen into my web? I'm no mere fly, Spider King. Now on guard. For a minute or so, Joseph and I mock duel with the 2 dumbest looking spoons in the room. Eventually, I strike a killing blow in the invisible heart between his arm and his body. And Joseph recoils in horror.
Lawrence of Arabia!
Blast! I am defeated. You can never best me, Spider King, for I have the power of... I sneak a taste from the brownie batter. The magic. Oh man, that is way too sweet.
Oh.
Christy begins jumping up and down excitedly. My hero! Christy hugs my leg before making a surprisingly fast exit.
Oh.
Wait, you want to bake brownies with us? Christy hesitates, then shakes her head no again. Sparkle Pony.
Yeah.
He looks confused.
Oh.
You don't want to bake with Dad now? You want to play with Sparkle Pony? Yes.
Oh.
Okay. Before Joseph can even finish his sentence, Christy's out of the door and down the hall.
Yeah.
He sighs deeply as he stares into the chocolate batter. He tastes it again, face twisting. And that is still way too sweet. So what made that crash?
Yeah.
Egg beaters on linoleum floor.
Oh.
It's my new techno single. Still haven't thought of a B-side. Now we're both looking into the batter. It's got a sickly sheen of sugar and chocolate candies throughout. And I have a feeling Christy had something to do with it. We need a fresh start. No! You can just add more flour. What do you... Like I said, I'm not really a baker, but... Don't even sweat it. The bag came with instructions that have mysteriously vanished along with my daughter. So we'll probably be fine.
Excellent.
He certainly looks confident. Alright, you baked a cake from a box before. Once. How hard could this be?
Oh.
Yeah, it's wicked easy, man. Grab a spoon and get ready to rock. Mario Batali, save me. I'm guessing that's a cook or something. Joseph and I set to work, cracking the eggs and mixing the things and then pouring the things according to how we assumed the back of the box would tell us to. Things go according to plan, and soon enough we have a solid batch of brownies. Wait. Joseph has a little dot of batter on his nose.
Oh.
Wow, way to use those dad skills. I bet you've baked a few box mixes in your time. His nose. Joseph. All we have to do is bring these to the bake sale and voila, duty done.
Ooh.
Now help me find Christy. Keep your eye out for a pony that sparkles. Joseph, hold still.
Oh.
Thumb in position. And got it. His eyes go wide as I gently wipe the chocolate off his nose. Is he blushing? Oh, thanks. In less than a second, I've licked the batter off my finger. Oh, not only do I use my fingers to touch his face, I lick my finger. Okay. We should find Christy. Yes, we should. Do that. Joseph quickly composes himself.
Ooh.
Alright, you can't be far. You take the delta position and I'll watch your 6. So I get in delta position and you watch my butt. Okay, I see. Do you even know what that means?
Yeah.
Alpha Tango Sparkle. Roger, roger. Joseph starts making his way down the hall and calls back. Take the brownies and the rest of the stuff I baked earlier today while I get Christy. We'll meet you out by the car.
Oh.
Joe, Christy, and I arrive at the church parking lot to find the fold-out tables and pop-up tents already set up. Looks like the bake sale is already in full swing.
Oh.
This place is packed. Is this packed? There are a few people milling around. Must be a value pack.
Ooh.
If you can count a city's population on your fingers and toes, this counts as packed. Point. Christy rockets out of the car and into the lot. Is she running on jet fuel? I want to sell brownies.
Oh.
Okay, let's get set up. I want to see Mom. She's down by the other row of tables helping out with another group. Want to go over there and tell her I said hi? Mom! Christy zips off immediately. Joseph seems unconcerned. Does she always run that fast?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I can only catch her half the time. These knees aren't what they used to be. I remember when Amanda was her age. I couldn't get her to sit still for 5 seconds. Yep, great age to deal with.
Oh.
While Christy's gone, Joseph and I arrange all of our baked goods on the table and settle in. So, are we allowed to eat any of our own goods?
Oh.
Look, if I don't see nothing, I don't say nothing. The man upstairs has strong feelings about snitches. Does he?
Oh.
He shrugs. He eats a brownie. It looks like some of the other stalls are selling drinks, little handmade crafts, and other sweets. Someone brought a soft serve ice cream machine. I gesture to it. How are we supposed to compete with that?
Oh.
Please, this isn't my first time to the rodeo. The bake sale rodeo.
Oh.
There's actually no rodeo here. It's just a bake sale.
Oh.
I think you and I put together can make one pretty convincing argument for these brownies, don't you?
Oh.
We high five. If you bake it, they will come. It's not long before our first customers.
Hey.
Hey, dude! Hiya! Matt, Carmencita. Great to see you guys out here. Happy to support a good cause. Plus, as the owner and proprietor of the Coffee Spoon, an establishment that specializes in baked goods, I have to scope out the competition. Joseph leans close.
Huh?
This guy knows his stuff. Stay on your toes. So, what recipe did you use for these brownies? Wow, these overalls have a belt loop. Do overalls normally have belt loops? So not only do you buckle it up with the suspender part, you also belt it? It looks cozy though. Don't say you use the box recipe. Ooh. Let me tell you a story, Matt. The way they made brownies in the old country? Yeah, that was all thanks to Grandma Chopsticks.
Oh.
Travelers from far and wide would make the pilgrimage to her sleepy little town simply to be amazed by her masterful use of chocolate. All that knowledge, all that experience, it was passed on to me.
Oh.
Yeah, those Korean grandmothers sure could bake a cake. Back in the farm country. Woo! Using that barley and kimchi, you know it. Joe leans in over again to me. Lying is literally one of the 10 things we try not to do. Oh, getting real judgy, huh? Alright, we'll take 2. Actually, we'll take 3. I ring them up and high-five Joseph as our happy customers walk away. See, not so hard. Yeah, I'm hot off the good feelings from the last sale. Who's next? We sell brownies to a bunch of people I don't recognize, but who clearly know Joseph. Eventually, another familiar face pops up. It's Brian! Close enough. Can we interest you two in any of our fine sweets and treats? You sure can. I bet I could eat 10 brownies. You could. You shouldn't. So we'll put you down for 10. Better make it just 2. One for me and one for Daisy. Coming right up. You excited for youth group movie night, Daisy? What's the movie? It's a surprise! Veggie Tales! Something about churches and Veggie Tales, man. I don't know.
Oh.
It's The Fast and the Furious. Really?
Oh, yeah.
If you think about it, there's some heavy religious undertones. No there aren't. Joseph hands a bag to Daisy. I made sure to give you guys the edges. Clearly the superior part of the brownie topography. Thanks, Joseph. Our 2 customers walk off with their purchases. Joseph and I survey our stock.
Yeah.
These are selling pretty hot. At this rate, we'll have enough money to pay for a new paint job at the church pews in no time. What happened to the pews?
Oh.
Ernest Spray painted his rapper alias onto them, Young Steinbeck. I would have gone for Young Man in the Sea, but I can respect that. Speaking in ministerial terms, Ernest is hard to reach. In father terms, Ernest is kind of a turd. Yeah. Being a cool youth minister seems like a lot of work.
Aye.
It is, but it's worth it. Although, sometimes I wish... Never mind. What? To kill him? It's kinda silly, but... Do you ever wish you could just drop everything and go lounge around on a beach somewhere in the tropics, drink fruity blended beverages, fall asleep on a hammock, you know, basically live out a Jimmy Buffett song? Joseph, I think about this every single day of my life. Really? I mean, do you ever just... I know you probably don't, but do you think about going to a beach? It's like, please. My dream is to live in Margaritaville.
Oh.
It's like going, do you ever wish one day you just didn't have to work? Like, what? One day, my friend, one day will be on island time. We make a couple more sales to some more church patrons. Everything seems to be going smoothly. Off in the distance, I spot my old buddy Craig.
Oh. Yeah.
He's gonna be a hard sell. Craig's a fitness man. I think he comes to these bake sales to test himself, to see if he has the resolve to refuse processed sugar. Are you sure you're ready for this? Why'd you just say sugar? Why do you have to say processed sugar? Sugar is sugar. We go way back. I got this. Craig jogs up to the table with Briar and Hazel in tow. They're each finishing an ice cream cone, so it's unlikely we're gonna sell them on brownies. Probably won't be able to sell to the baby. She's impossible to read. It all comes down to Craig.
Oh.
Hey, bros. Hi, Uncle Joe. Hi, Amanda's dad. Would you be interested in one of our delicious homemade brownies? I don't know. Hey Craig, when we were freshmen, remember how our next door neighbors pranked us by switching out our laundry detergent with dish soap and how the washing machine exploded with suds? And then we decided to get back at them by baking brownies for them, but sprinkling high-intensity hot sauce into the mix, and then we watched them cry after eating it. Oh, is Joe gonna bitch about this too? I'd feel bad, but we had to clean up the laundry room ourselves. Anyway, these brownies are like that, but without the hot sauce. Maybe you should get one, for old time's sake.
I don't know.
He thinks for a second. Well, the girls just want a game. You know what? We'll take one for each of us.
Oh, yeah.
Even River?
Oh.
I'll eat hers. You got yourself a deal. The day winds down and we're pretty much out of items to sell. Everyone starts packing up. Christy eventually comes back and immediately falls asleep in Joseph's folding chair. I thought he was going to complain about it, like, it's one of the 10 commandments not to put hot sauce in brownies. Boxed mix, huh? Mary saunters up to us. She looks like she'd rather be anywhere else than here. Oh, hi. Yep, they're selling like hotcakes. Which is, actually, they're just brownies. Cute. And boring. And safe. Hey, Mary. Her eyes dart over to me. What's the rookie doing here? I was just hoping to introduce karate to the rest of the community.
Ah.
Uh-huh. You get a load of this freak show? Huh?
Hey.
Weird folk is all. Holier than thou types.
Hey.
Don't you think?
Oh.
Mary.
Ugh.
Let the kid answer. They all seem like they're really excited to help out the church. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Mary, can we talk about this later?
Come on.
Am I embarrassing you in front of your new friend? He doesn't respond, trying his hardest to keep his cool.
Oh.
Can we talk about this later? Sure thing, honey bear. She turns her attention to me. Hand over the cash.
Hey.
I'm not trying to rob you. I'm in charge of the funds here. I hand over the cash we've made. It feels like a hefty wad, if I may say so myself.
Ah.
Thanks.
Ah.
Now give me your wallet.
Hmm.
Give me your wallet. You think this church is gonna fix itself? Think I give a crap about this church?
Hey.
I'm kidding. Sorry, I'll work on the whole pretending to be happy thing. Mary leans in and whispers to me.
Ah.
He's really good at it. She walks off without saying goodbye. She's the worst. I'm really sorry about that. What's her problem?
Oh.
She enjoys a good button to push. That seemed like a lot of button pushing. He shrugs. That's just how she is. You ready to head out? Joseph and I load the folding tables back into my car. Christy nods off the moment Joseph straps her into the car seat.
Hey.
I drop Joseph off in front of his house. A small yawn sneaks out of me. Looks like I tuckered you out, huh? I'm a sleepy dad. I think I might finally be crashing from all the sugar. I won't keep you up then. Thanks for helping out. Happy to do it. Also, happy to eat brownies. Well, next time I promise we'll do something a bit more exciting and a bit less free labor. And I'm very sorry about the whole thing with Mary. You shouldn't have had to see that. Love a good brownie. Without nuts. My family loves walnuts and brownies, and as soon as they throw them in, I'm like, ruined. Ruined! It's fine. I know, but first hang out. Domestic problems aren't a good look. Okay, I think I know what they're trying to say. You barely know me.
Oh.
Let me make it up to you next time. It won't be Margaritaville, but we'll do something fun. I smile. Okay. And one last thing. He tosses a cling-wrapped brownie through the window. It hits me in the face, but I'm able to catch it with my face. It's the last one. You earned it. Joseph, please don't leave me alone with this brownie. Nope, too late. Already walking away. Bye! He walks up to his home. He waves at me before carrying Christy inside. Well, looks like it's just you and me, Brownie. Wow, his house is much nicer than mine. I pocket the brownie. This might come in handy down the road. I step inside to find Amanda doing homework on the couch. Hey, Father Unit. Hi, child that I'm required by law to care for. How's homework? It's fun and educational. How long have you known me for? Right. How was the bake sale? Good. I think I really could have made a good life for myself as a brownie salesman. Glad to hear it. So what? Were there any extra brownies, or did you maybe sneak one, or... I think for a moment and realized that I still have the brownie that Joseph gave me. This would probably do better in someone else's stomach than mine. Heads up!
Hey.
I hurl the brownie towards Amanda. It hits the wall behind her and falls on the ground.
Yeah.
Nice throw. She scoops it up and smiles.
Yes.
Thanks, Pops. If you're not going to bed anytime soon, would you be game for some real shark hunters of Orange County? I thought the last hunter got eaten by a shark. He did. I sit down next to her and cozy up with the blanket. Awesome.
That was a
A?
good Tate.
Really? I feel like I ticked him off at least twice. Okie dokie.
Welcome. You.
Alright, now it's been 50 minutes. We've met with Hugo and Joseph, so let's go ahead and end this video here, and we'll pick up again with Craig next time. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.